Hello everyone, my name is Martin Medeiros and I'll be your instructor for Econ 2 Macroeconomics. And I wanted to take this time to explain how this class is going to be working on a week-to-week basis. So we're not going to be covering any content, I'm just going to give you a really good idea of what to expect. Now, let me first start out by telling you that this class is on a very accelerated pace. This class is only scheduled to be 5.5 weeks long. Now keep in mind, we have to cover material that is usually covered in an entire semester, which is 16 weeks. So I want you to be very clear that the amount of material that we're covering in this class is going to be very fast-paced because we have to fit everything into 5.5 weeks. I double-checked to make sure that this was correct, but this is indeed how the schedule is operating this summer. So the good news is you get to finish this class in less than half the time than it would take somebody taking this in the fall or the spring. The bad news is you're covering a lot more material, so it's going to require you to be very diligent and very committed to finishing the material because it's easy to follow behind. Okay, so that being said, there's no better place to start than the syllabus, and that's where I'm right now. So you can get this information, this syllabus, from the class site. So if you go to Canvas, the syllabus right here. Now keep in mind, I just updated the syllabus on the 18th, so there's a new syllabus out there. So I'm going to scroll down, and I just want you to look at the scoring. This is what I updated. I just recently downgraded the discussion threads and upped up the video questions. So there's the breakdown here. And then I'm going to go to the course schedule, and you can see how things are all jammed into 5.5 weeks. And you can see that there's going to be 2 exams. Now, both of these exams are going to be taken online through the Canvas, and I'll be explaining that a little bit more later on in the course as the exam date approaches. But you could see here, I have all of the due dates for all of the assignments, and all of these due dates, with the exception of the last one, are all on a Sunday. So that's going to give you some consistency. You're going to know exactly when things are due. It's going to be due on the Sunday. So we're going to be covering chapters 1 and 3, and then this coming Sunday on the 23rd, we'll have assignments due. Except for this one, the very last week, week 6, that's going to be a Thursday, not a Sunday, and that's because the class actually ends on the 25th, and I can't have anything scheduled past the 25th. That's why it's not due on a Sunday. Now, a little note about deadlines. There are no exceptions for missing assignments. Actually, there are only 2 exceptions for missing assignments. 1 is a family emergency, 2 is a medical emergency. And in both of those cases, you have to contact me before the due date, not after the due date. Now I know that work can get in the way, and there can be some things that could prevent you from completing an assignment. I do have an extra credit assignment. The very final week, week 6, there's going to be a quiz that week that's going to be for extra credit, and that's going to be worth 5% of your overall grade, and that could be used to make up for any missed assignment. Okay, so the due dates are hard. There are no exceptions. So let's go to the class. So let's take week 1, for example. We're covering chapters 1 and 3, and the due date is the 23rd, a Sunday. So let's go to Canvas, and I'm going to scroll down to week 1, and I give you an overview of what we're going to be covering this week, and I have the reading assignments, chapters 1 and 3, and I have my PowerPoints that I use in my video lectures in class that's related to these readings in the textbook. I also have a recorded lecture on chapter 1 and chapter 3 that will help you prepare for the assignments. So that's what you have to do before Sunday. And then come Sunday, I've got 3 things due. So it's all under activities to complete. 1 are video questions. These are exactly what they sound like. You click on this link and up pops, I'm going to take the quiz, up pops a video that you have to watch, and then you have to answer one question on that video. Now, these questions aren't designed to be tricky, they're just designed to make you watch the video with some intent. And so then you just click submit. Let me leave the page here. Go back one more. And now, after you've finished the video questions, we've got quizzes. These quizzes are based upon the readings and the topics covered in these video questions. These are usually 10 questions each. Now, these are not timed. You could start and stop it throughout the week, but you have to submit them by the due date, which is a Sunday, and the system will accept the last saved quiz. So they're not timed, but you do have to complete them by Sunday. Now, there are going to be some discussion questions. Let me see if I can find one. I'm going to be adding them a little bit. I don't have too many right here. For example, under activities to complete in week 3, I have a discussion assignment, and that's again going to be due on a Sunday. The Sunday in this case is the 7th. And when you click on it, you just need to read the topic and respond to it in a reply. Now, you're going to get full credit if you respond before the deadline and you respond in a thorough, thoughtful way. Meaning that if you just give a 1 or 2 sentence response to the topic, you're not going to get full credit. I want you to demonstrate that you thought about it and you are displaying some sort of command of what we've covered in the class. Okay? Let me see. Let me go back. No, let me go back to the top here. And the last thing I want to talk about are my office hours. I have weekly office hours. I know this is an online class and things can get kind of isolating, but if you click on contact information, I have weekly office hours at 7 p.m. Via Zoom. Zoom is a conferencing software. I'll provide you some information on how to access this if you've never used Zoom before. But if you go to zoom.us, it's pretty self-explanatory how to. You don't have to pay for anything. It's just kind of like Skype. But that's where I hold my office hours. And you could email me. Now, I do have a Chabot email address, but I prefer that you use my Gmail because it's just easier for me to check emails from my Gmail account. And whenever you email me, please put Chabot Econ 2 in the subject line so I know who's contacting me, because I'm also teaching an Econ 1 class at Chabot, and there are about 45 students in that class, and I'm also teaching some courses at UC Berkeley. So it's important that you let me know where you're taking the class and the class that you're taking. Okay, that's all for now. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me via email. I promise to get back with you within 40 hours, usually sooner. Okay, that's all for now.